In the quiet corners of her bustling life, Sarah often found herself yearning for a moment of peace. The world around her was a whirlwind of responsibilities, deadlines, and the incessant buzz of notifications. Each day felt like a race, and exhaustion clung to her like a shadow. One evening, after a particularly long day at work, she stumbled upon a podcast discussing the benefits of meditation. The host spoke with such clarity and warmth about the transformative power of stillness that Sarah felt a flicker of hope ignite within her. Perhaps this was the answer she had been seeking, a way to carve out a sanctuary amidst the chaos. The next morning, inspired yet apprehensive, Sarah decided to embark on her meditation journey. She had no prior experience, and the idea of sitting in silence felt daunting. What if her mind wouldn't quiet down? What if she couldn't sit still? But she was determined to try. She began by researching the basics of meditation online, discovering a wealth of resources that promised to guide her through the process. She learned that meditation was not about emptying the mind, but rather about observing thoughts without judgment. This revelation brought her a sense of relief. She didn't need to be perfect. She simply needed to begin. With a deep breath, Sarah set aside a small corner of her living room. She placed a soft cushion on the floor, creating a cozy space just for her. The scent of lavender wafted through the air from a small diffuser she had placed nearby, and she lit a single candle, its flickering flame inviting tranquility into the room. Sarah felt a surge of excitement mixed with nerves as she prepared for her first session. She chose a 10-minute guided meditation from an app, hoping that the soothing voice would help her ease into the practice. As she settled onto the cushion, Sarah closed her eyes and took a deep breath. The voice on the app began to guide her, encouraging her to focus on her breath. Inhale deeply, hold for a moment, and then exhale slowly. At first, it felt awkward. Her mind raced with thoughts of the day ahead, the laundry waiting to be folded, and the emails that needed her attention. But as she continued to listen, she began to notice the rhythm of her breath. With each inhale, she drew in a sense of calm. With each exhale, she released the tension that had accumulated in her body. Gradually, the chaos of her thoughts began to fade into the background. Sarah found herself becoming more aware of the sensations in her body. The gentle rise and fall of her chest, the weight of her limbs resting on the cushion, and the cool air brushing against her skin. For the first time in a long while, she felt a sense of stillness wash over her. When the meditation ended, she opened her eyes, surprised to find that only 10 minutes had passed. But those 10 minutes had felt like an eternity of peace. Encouraged by her initial experience, Sarah committed to meditating every morning. Each session brought its own challenges and rewards. Some days, her mind would be a flurry of thoughts, and she struggled to maintain focus. Other days, she felt a profound sense of connection to herself and the world around her. She began to notice how meditation affected her daily life. When faced with stressful situations at work, she found herself pausing to breathe, allowing her to respond with clarity rather than react impulsively. The little annoyances that used to irritate her seemed to lose their power, and she felt a growing sense of resilience. As weeks turned into months, Sarah explored different styles of meditation. She tried mindfulness meditation, where she focused on being present in the moment, observing her thoughts and feelings without judgment. She experimented with loving-kindness meditation, sending positive thoughts and well wishes to herself and others. Each style offered her unique insights and deepened her understanding of herself. She discovered that meditation was not just a practice, but a journey of self-discovery. One day, while sitting in her favorite cafe, Sarah overheard a conversation at the table next to hers. A group of friends was discussing their struggles with anxiety and stress. She felt a gentle tug at her heart, a desire to share her newfound knowledge. After a moment of hesitation, she introduced herself and shared her experience with meditation, explaining how it had helped her navigate the ups and downs of life. To her surprise, they were receptive, asking questions and expressing interest in trying it themselves. This simple exchange ignited a sense of purpose in Sarah. She realized that meditation could be a gift she shared with others. Motivated by this experience, Sarah decided to delve deeper into her practice. She enrolled in a local meditation workshop where she met others on similar journeys. The sense of community was invigorating, and she found joy in exchanging stories and tips with fellow beginners. The instructor, a wise and gentle soul, emphasized the importance of consistency and self-compassion in the practice. Sarah learned that it was normal to have days when meditation felt challenging, and that progress was not always linear. This reassurance helped her embrace her journey with greater patience and understanding. As she continued to meditate, Sarah began to notice more profound changes in her life. Her relationships blossomed as she cultivated empathy and presence with her loved ones. She felt more attuned to her emotions, able to express her needs with honesty and vulnerability. The anxiety that had once felt overwhelming began to dissipate, replaced by a sense of calm that permeated her days. She found herself savoring the little moments, a warm cup of tea, the laughter of a friend, the beauty of a sunset, each one infused with a newfound appreciation. With the arrival of summer, Sarah decided to take her practice outdoors. She discovered a peaceful park near her home where she could sit beneath the shade of a large oak tree. Surrounded by nature, she felt a deep connection to the world around her. The rustling leaves and chirping birds became a part of her meditation, enhancing her experience of mindfulness. She began to incorporate walking meditation into her routine, feeling the earth beneath her feet and savoring the sensations of movement. Each step became a reminder to be present, to embrace the journey rather than rush toward a destination. One sunny afternoon, while meditating in the park, Sarah experienced a moment of clarity that left her breathless. As she focused on her breath, she felt a profound sense of interconnectedness with everything around her. The trees, the sky, the people passing by. She realized they were all part of a larger tapestry. In that moment, her worries about the future faded away, and she felt an overwhelming sense of gratitude for the present. It was a revelation that transformed her understanding of meditation. It was not just a practice, but a way of life. Encouraged by this insight, Sarah began to explore ways to integrate mindfulness into her daily activities. She practiced mindful eating, savoring each bite of her meals and appreciating the flavors and textures. She approached her work with a sense of presence, focusing on one task at a time rather than multitasking. Even mundane chores became opportunities for mindfulness. Folding laundry turned into a moment of gratitude for the clothes that kept her warm. Washing dishes became a practice of letting go of distractions. As her meditation journey unfolded, Sarah felt a calling to share her passion with others. She started a blog where she documented her experiences, offering tips and insights for beginners. She wrote about the challenges she faced, the lessons she learned, and the joy that meditation brought into her life. To her delight, her blog began to attract readers who resonated with her story. She received messages from people expressing their gratitude for her honesty and encouragement. It was a beautiful reminder that her journey was not just her own. It had the power to inspire others. As the seasons changed, so did Sarah's practice. She began to explore the concept of meditation retreats, intrigued by the idea of immersing herself in a deeper experience. After much contemplation, she signed up for a weekend retreat at a serene retreat center nestled in the mountains. The thought of spending a weekend in silence felt both exhilarating and intimidating. But Sarah was ready to dive deeper into her practice, eager to learn from experienced teachers and connect with fellow meditators. The retreat was a transformative experience. Surrounded by nature, Sarah found herself in an environment that encouraged introspection and growth. The days were filled with guided meditations, mindful movement, and moments of silence. She felt supported by the community around her, each person on their own unique journey. As the retreat progressed, Sarah discovered new layers of her practice. She embraced the stillness, allowing herself to sit with discomfort and uncertainty. It was during one of these silent meditations that she experienced a breakthrough, an overwhelming sense of compassion for herself and others. Returning home after the retreat, Sarah felt a renewed sense of purpose. She was more committed than ever to her practice, eager to continue exploring the depths of meditation. She began to incorporate longer sessions into her routine, experimenting with silent meditations that allowed her to connect with her inner self on a deeper level. The benefits of her practice continued to unfold, enhancing her emotional resilience and fostering a sense of peace that permeated her daily life. Months passed, and Sarah's meditation journey became an integral part of her identity. She no longer viewed it as a task to check off her to-do list, but as a sacred time for self-care and reflection. She embraced the notion that meditation was not about perfection. It was about showing up for herself, day after day. With each session, she cultivated a deeper understanding of her thoughts and emotions, learning to navigate life's challenges with grace and equanimity. As she reflected on her journey, Sarah realized that meditation had given her more than just a sense of calm. It had opened her heart to the beauty of life. She felt a profound connection to herself, to others, and to the world around her. With this newfound awareness, she was inspired to give back to her community. She began volunteering at a local wellness center, offering meditation workshops for beginners. Sharing her journey with others brought her immense joy, and she reveled in witnessing the transformations that unfolded in those who attended her sessions. In the end, Sarah's journey into meditation was not just about finding peace. It was about discovering her authentic self. It was a journey of self-exploration, resilience, and connection. Through meditation, she learned to embrace the present moment, to cultivate gratitude, and to live with intention. As she continued to grow and evolve, she carried the lessons of her practice with her, knowing that the journey was ongoing, a beautiful tapestry woven with each breath, each moment, and each heartbeat.